Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Season 2. We're here. Episode 2. 22.
Are you feeling 22?
I love it. I love it.
I mean, I'm not feeling 22, but I wish I was.
I don't know if I would ever wish if I were 22.
I do. Like, do you remember, like, you could, like, go out all night, like, get up and, like, not have a hangover?
Like, no, like, yeah, like, get home at, like, 4 a.m. and then, like, go to work
I
at
used
7.
to, like, literally sleep, like, with my makeup on, like, with my arms crossed, and I'd had to get up for my 5 o'clock shift.
Oh, I've been a fanatic about my skin for, like, a lifetime. That, like, if I don't go to bed with washing my face.
Oh, no, I had to get up because it would be, like, I'd get home at, like, 2 and I'd have to be up at...
Okay, off track. Hello, welcome to Realtor Reputation. I'm April Lopez.
And I'm Shannon Howard Besorti.
And we have a really great episode for you today. Let's just jump right into it. And we are going to go through our mom moment of the week.
Yeah, I mean, what you thought? I can't believe it's already been a week, but I just, it's there's so many. But I mean, there was the volleyball tournament and then, all kinds of stuff. And yesterday was probably my favorite mom moment when I was coming from a client appointment. And all of a sudden I'd have a voicemail and a text like, hello, this is the principal.
Oh, no.
Or the vice principal of, blah, blah, blah. And your daughter's fine.
And that's when your heart just sinks. Like, what did they do? What is going on?
So this just, it's a quick mom moment, but maybe some other moms and dads out there could understand, the world we live in with social media. So, I let my girls, as they entered high school, get an Instagram account, and they were able last year in 8th grade to get a Snapchat account. Which was a big deal for us because I just feel like it's a lot and it can cause a lot of drama and unnecessary hurt feelings and just a lot. But you can't really keep them away from some of this because it's how the kids communicate and,
Oh, my kids are on Snapchat on a regular. Yeah.
So my daughter is on Snapchat and she's found that somebody took a picture of her boyfriend in class, but he doesn't have any social media and doesn't know. And she got very upset because she saw it come
like on a snap.
And thought that maybe...
And the thing is these kids, like in high school, they'll do a snap in a classroom and then it goes viral with all of the kids.
Yes. And nothing was bad on it, just to be, but she was very concerned that this was her little boyfriend and was wanting to, and more so upset because these girls didn't ask my permission to take a picture of my boyfriend. So it was really funny. So she told her aide, and then her aide told the principal.
Oh my gosh.
And luckily nothing bad had happened.
My kids have to put their phones in the pockets now. Have you heard about the pockets?
Some of the classes, and I think that's amazing. At Abby's school, they have to put their phones away all day. They can't even take them out at break.
Yeah, so
or they get
now,
confiscated.
I know at my kids' school, it's like a new phone policy that they have these like things that hang on the wall. It's like a lockbox, pretty much of like your phones. And my kids' first day of school were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's good.
It's so you can learn.
Get off your phone." Like,
well, it's for learning. It's for that, and it's also to prevent cheating because so many kids sit there and cheat.
Oh, especially with like AI and stuff. Like craziness.
Oh, rapid.
Craziness.
So anyway, so that was my mom moment. Everything was okay. I was able to talk to our little friend's parents last night, and they were really grateful that nothing was bad. But it just shows you like the difference of generations. And I remember like I had a cool Polaroid camera that we'd go to parties and we'd like take pictures with our cameras. Oh yeah. Then you have to get your film developed.
I remember when I got when I got the Razor phone, like I was like, oh my gosh, I got this new phone. It's the Razor. Look how slim it is. Yeah. Times have changed. Mm-hmm. I think that just needed.
So that was my mom moment. A little bit shocking.
My mom moment. We're back to Friday Night Lights. So my son's playing football. So we had our first home game on Friday, which was great. My son's, playing quite a bit, which is always a challenge in high school sports. Like if they don't play, because that's what happened last year is like the coaches don't play him and then you're like heartbroken because they're standing there. But anyway, he's been playing quite a bit and he loves it.
So you definitely go up and yell at the coach, right?
Oh, I try to stay out of it.
I'm joking.
But parents do. Oh, parents do. But anyway, so Friday was great. We went to the JV game, and then I told my kids want to stay for varsity, and my nephew's on varsity, so it's Dude,
It's fun.
football games on a Friday
Oh,
night.
it's like so awesome. It's almost like
There
being in
was
Texas, but better.
so many people there. And I love when the band comes out.
And the best thing about where your son goes to school is they have like the band is part of the football team, and my cousins they all played in the band, and we would go and watch. But it's like they're like, yeah, band, and it's like so cool to see them.
It's amazing. And they've got like the flaggers.
Oh yeah.
So like it's this big thing. So Friday Night Lights, it's fun. The whole community comes out.
It's something to do.
If you tell somebody like, oh, I'm going to the game on Friday, they're like, oh, I want to go. I'll go watch your son. And I was like, okay, cool. So, but I volunteered to work the snack shack for a varsity game.
Was that intense?
First home game. It was like not even halftime, and I was working the window. Everybody's like, nobody wants to work the window because it's so traumatizing because you have to like be quick. And you're shouting out orders. I'm like, I need a hot dog. I need a corn dog. I need a burrito.
And then at your school, they have like fancy things like, I need a
teriyaki bowl, extra sauce. I need a super nacho, no olives. And I'm just like, my sister, because, I've got 3 sisters.
Did you recruit them all to work with you?
Well, I have 4 sisters, but 3 of them, we all have kids at the school. So,
oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So one of my sisters was working the gate. My other sister was standing next to me making nachos, and she's all, I'm never standing at the nacho station again. We were like, kid you not. This is the biggest thing.
Were you like in Hell's Kitchen?
Oh God, it was intense. And then my husband would come in periodically. He's like, "You guys look really busy in here." And
what was he like, Mel from
Get
Mel?
out.
Remember? Did you remember that old show, Mel's Diner, where it's like
yeah.
Mel and like Flo and Alice?
Oh yeah.
Like,
but he was out there like.
Was he
pretty much
barbecuing?
just talking. No. He was talking to the guy. He was socializing with the guy who was barbecuing. But I kid you not, I got home and my neck and my back, Keith had to give me a massage. I was like, because the window is like crouched down. And I felt old. And I told the woman who runs the snack bar, I saw her the following day and I was like, my neck hurts from working the snack shack. And then she's like, oh yeah, I will do it to you. Because I was leaned down, crouched. And I try to be
like a high stress environment. You're like calling out murders.
Oh, I was like, wow, intense. But I love it because I sponsor also. So, my real estate business, I do like sponsorship for the boosters and that sort of thing. But I love it because working the snack shack, because I have a banner seriously directly in front of the snack shack. So everyone's like,
how'd you get that position?
Everybody's like, oh,
did you get to like smart? Did you get to like pick where you wanted it?
I mean, they're all kind of right there, but
yours is bigger?
No, they're all the same size. But I do have a photo of me on my banner.
You do not.
I totally do.
You do not.
I did like the typical real estate banner that you do. Oh, I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you. It's so wonderful.
I can't wait.
But I love it because the kids are like, hey, you're on the banner out there. And I was like, yep, that's me. And then I like call the kids by all of their nicknames that I have deemed their nicknames, like all my kids' friends and everything. And it's pretty Kiesel. You cannot be calling them that in public. And then my kids' friends are like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah, we like her.
Love it. So that's my mom moment. It's
that's
just the
so
fact that
fun.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Fun.
And then I think about here, I start to cry because my kids only have so many more years left in high school and how many more games. And that's if they play through varsity. And yeah.
But then it's just you and your husband.
I tell him all the time, I don't know how is this going to work.
So a lot of friends I know that like they're empty nesters, like my sister and brother-in-law now. And like, it's actually really cute to see them.
Yeah.
They were very like involved in my niece's softball and traveling. Right. But now it's like they go to parties and they like go out to dinner with people. They're like, call us, like we'll go out.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you guys like never went out before, but now like in their 50s they're like living their best life.
Well, because now you have free time because I am limited with the time that I have because I work quite a bit, obviously. And if I have a free weekend or something,
you got to pay for those banners with your face on it.
That's exactly right. I love it. But I don't know. I just, if I do have free time, I'm spending it with my family. So I don't go out to dinner. And I mean, I do, don't get me wrong, I hang out with friends. But anyway, I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm curious. We'll see. I'll let you know in a couple of years.
Let me know because you'll be ahead of me.
Right?
I know what I need to prepare for.
Seriously. Okay, so let's just go into our next section, which is our Swiftie Sell of the Week. And we thought it was appropriate to bring up the fact, if you watched last season, we talked about it, I think, in
twice.
2 separate episodes, but Kanye West finally sold his house.
The stripped down like shell of a house for how many millions?
So he had relisted it, right? Because he had it listed. It wasn't selling. This is in Malibu, by the way, on the beach. Just to kind of recap it, it was
A stone shell.
a shell of a house. He stripped it of everything.
Windows even, like, I mean, everything pretty
What
much.
did he resell the windows? Like, what did he do with the windows? Like, did he build a new house and put the windows in? That's just weird to me. So anyway, it was a shell of a house and it sat on the market and it was doing nothing, crickets, right? So then he did an extreme price reduction and he ended up just at the beginning of this year, dropped it to 53 million. Then
Because I mean, it's such a good deal for just like
he finally sold
a
it.
shell.
But take a guess how much he sold it for.
I want to say it was like 25 million.
21.
Oh, I'm close.
$21 million. So he took a $36 million loss.
So remember when we talked about this? So I think this is like the other part. Like if you just would have maybe like, you know, put the windows back, put some floors in, finished it. He probably could have done it for, I don't know, 5 million, maybe 10. Probably. I mean, just saying that would be like really nice high-end stuff.
Or just left the stuff that was in it.
Right. but if you had to fix it, you're going to take that big of a loss. Like spend 5 million and make yourself an extra 30.
Absolutely. Especially because Malibu, you've got that wide range of price points, right? So you can sell something from 20 million to 150 million or whatever it may be. But
well, there's only so much beach, right? So there's only, you know, so much land and, you know, property. So obviously it's going to sell, but why take a loss?
But I think we can both agree that Kanye West doesn't make the best choices.
I mean,
in his
he likes his
lifetime.
houses like his women naked.
That's so funny.
No, well, I mean, that poor wife of him is always like walking around like,
Doesn't he like choose?
wear her clothes or no clothes, or I don't know. It's like you're in Paris at like a nice restaurant. She comes in like without a shirt and a balloon or a pillow, or I don't know. Like who does that?
So weird. It's
Like
so
do you think
weird.
he like calls the paps and is like, so Bianca, my wife's coming in naked today with a pillow. Get out of here. I mean, like, why
I
do
think
you
they
do
just
that?
well, yeah, because I think they like the publicity behind, right? Like Kanye's coming in with his naked wife.
That's so weird.
It's
He has
weird.
predators.
I think it's weird too.
So creepy.
I think it's weird.
Well, good for him and good for the people because they got a spectacular deal.
absolutely.
And they probably will go in, spend a few million, and probably could turn around and make a profit. Now that's a good flip.
That is a good flip. That's buying the crappiest house on the street.
That's right. With outdoors and windows.
That's exactly. So, okay, moving on. We have a new segment, which I'm extremely excited for. And we are calling it Snake It Till You Make It. And we are just going to kind of go over like real estate news. It's just insight on what we do in our industry, what's happening with us, that sort of thing. And if we can give you some tips and tricks, that's our new segment for you. So this episode, we'll say, we're going to go over marketing your listing. And with marketing your listing, Shannon had a little bit of a situation this last week, and we thought it was only appropriate to talk about it on our podcast. So,
I mean, 21 years in the business. So when you have a listing, it's really only allowed and appropriate for your brokerage that you work for and yourself as an agent to promote a listing. However, if somebody wants to come in and, you know, we work with other, you know, firms and agencies, and, you know, we welcome them because they're bringing the buyers to our listings.
absolutely.
Right?
And
So we
especially with today's day and age, like
With the
people
buyer
are all
broker
over
agreements,
Instagram.
yeah.
And people are all over Instagram and they want to create content. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, they want to create content. And so a typical, you know, promotion of a listing would be, we see it a lot on like broker tour days where like somebody will come in, like if I go into April's listing, I would be like, hey, this is, you know, Shannon Howard Basorti with Vanguard Properties, and I'm showing 123 Main Street listed by April Lopez at Vanguard Properties. Let me give you a tour and show you some of the highlights today. And then, you know, I'd show around the house,
Right.
and then I would say something like, you know, if you're interested in seeing this, you know, here's my, you know, handle, or,
Right.
you know, DM me or whatever it is, right? So you're acknowledging the firm and you're showing the home in a positive
And you're
light.
a buyer's agent asking the listing agent if you can market on social media, because some sellers don't want their house on social media.
They do not. And they don't want the address. Sometimes when you list a house, like you'll see on Zillow, like undisclosed address. And that's because the seller does not want people driving by their house or they want privacy. But I always kind of say there's certain circumstances where that's okay. But I often say, well, we can't keep your house a secret because then people, how do they know?
Yeah. And you'll see some people post like featured listings and that sort of thing. They're not giving credit where credit is due, right? As far as like acknowledging the brokerage and the listing agent, which is, I don't know.
Well, sometimes I think what happens is they'll like post it and they'll make it seem like it's their listing. Like if it's especially like a higher end listing and you're like, that's my listing. And you're like trying to act like you have it and you don't. And it's not even our brokerage, which is even worse.
Right.
So I had a situation where I had this agent and I don't know this person well, but I, knew of her and I knew her firm and everything. And she said she had a potential buyer and she wanted to videotape it, which is also very popular because there's a lot of out of state and out of area people. So we do a lot of
I do it all the time. Video walkthrough. Yeah.
And I said, that's fine. And then she asked if it was okay to promote it on social media. And I said, sure, like that's fine, but just make sure to, list, my firm and make sure it's listed by me. But if you have a buyer and you want to, use it, and this property has been on the market a little bit. So if somebody wanted to help promote my listing, I was like, yes, please do, right?
Yes.
So a couple days later, I get a phone call from the firm, which this agent no longer works at, which I didn't know, telling me that I hate to be the one to tell you, but you may want to check your Instagram. And I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, did you give this agent permission? I said, yeah, I gave him permission.
Yeah.
To post
Wait, did she, I didn't get a chance to look. Did she tag you in it? Or
she did not, thank God.
Or say that you were the listing agent? Okay.
But
sorry,
in this
just
case,
to clarify.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
That I was not mentioned or tagged.
I was sent the video.
Address.
I was sent the video and I was just like,
so
I didn't even know what to say.
This person was trying to, as later depicted, create a Instagram style, I guess you would say. Yeah. Very different than the style I would portray.
She wants to stand out. We have a ton of agents, I guess you can say, in this industry, right? With different brokerages and that sort of thing. She wanted to have a standout brand of herself.
Correct.
Put it that way.
So the first thing was
the best way to stand out?
Yeah. And so there's a time and place to stand out. And like, we like sometimes laugh about, we like copy like some memes and try to do like, it's very demure, very, very mindful. But this was not demure or mindful in any way.
No.
So anyways, so I watched this video and, first of all, she rolls into the door of the listing in her workout clothes and then proceeds to jump rope in the kitchen. She climbs up on a wall of the house. She's pretending to be a workout person. And then she takes my staging props and she's like throwing them against the wall.
But also jumping off the walls.
Jumping off the wall.
Yeah.
Also making a lot of cuss words. Kind of making innuendos about the in and out of the easy access shower.
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to go outside and make fun of the backyard in the swimming pool. And I had never seen anything like it.
The way it came across was very, I can see that she's trying to stand out.
Yes.
But that was not the appropriate way to do it.
And not at it's one thing if you're okay and you have your own listing and it's your seller.
Yep.
And they're like, oh my God, that's so funny. Yes, do that. But this was somebody else's. And then what happened is the next days forward, she went and did these with other properties all over. Now, each time they're toned down a bit, but she's still jumping off a wall, sliding downstairs. Right. She was in a sink the other day.
Oh.
Sitting in a sink. What if she broke the sink? Like, what if you damaged the property?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe the agent gave, permission, but what if the seller sees that?
Well, that was my thing is, so like I have sellers, sure, I have some who will probably not care. But on the other hand, after I watched that video, I know that I have people I'm working with, they would be pissed. They would be pissed that their house was showcased in that way. We'll put it that way.
Lost their mind.
Yeah. So Shannon,
so
Shannon was good. She had it taken down.
Yeah, I wrote a nice text, and the person was very respectful and took it down.
Yeah.
But it was a very interesting learning experience. And once again, I always say I can't make this up.
Yes.
Just in 21 years, when you think you've seen it all, in a new style, not a style I'll be following.
I have a few people who are actually even just within our brokerage who reach out to me anytime I have a listing and say, hey, can I go do a video? I watch their video. I follow them on Instagram. They do a very great, respectable job.
And it's so nice because social media is a free avenue to promote a client's listing.
Yeah.
And the more, people that we can share it with and, that follow different friends and ourselves and the brokerage, it's great, but you want it to be portrayed in a professional light.
Yeah.
And also in a way that would make your client proud.
Yeah.
Like if they saw that and be like, who did I hire? And this, what I mean?
Absolutely.
It was very alarming. I will definitely probably not be agreeing to allow people to promote my videos unless I know them well.
Yeah.
Or, and and I thought it was really interesting that this person didn't work for the brokerage anymore, and the broker was really worried that that they
it's
were
good
gonna
that you got a phone call.
Oh, I think it's great, and this is where I always say it's so great to have friends and have a good reputation in the industry, because I had friends call me that weren't sure, and they weren't trying to disparage, but they just wanted to make sure I was aware.
Yeah.
And women supporting women,
absolutely,
is amazing.
Absolutely.
And men supporting, we have a lot of male friends too. But it's just, instead of being catty about it and just being like, oh, look what this person's doing, to pick up the phone, take the time out of their day and call. It's really
that's part of what our podcast is, right? Realtor Reputation,
women
because
supporting women.
Absolutely, because this is this is our business in our industry, and we need to.
And I would absolutely do the same if it was, one of my friends.
Absolutely.
So that was my adventure that I was really taken off track.
You're snake it till you make it news.
That was it. It was very.
She was definitely trying to snake it till she made it.
Yeah.
She just didn't do a very good job.
No. I don't think this is the market for that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. I feel like we should talk about it.
Okay.
It is football season.
Dun, 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 dun.
I was reading something last night that said, shame on you people who are like discouraging Taylor or like bashing her for being like showcased on that.
Oh my gosh, the Brads, the
games.
Dads, and the Chads need to get
Thank you,
over
the
it.
Brads, the Dads, and the Chads. Because, you have to get over it. They were throwing the stats of like, for one, it's not her choice to be broadcast. It's, she's being featured. Did you know she went to 13 games last season?
I know. That was the whole thing.
So needless to say, she brought in a ton of money for the NFL.
The NFL
just by being there.
Loves her, and they don't even have to pay her.
That's I wonder if she's gonna be like, yo, I need a kick.
Yeah, but I mean, in like the
she's not
owner of the
yet,
Chiefs,
so.
like loves her, that family.
It said that Travis Kelce's jersey increased in sales by 400%.
400%, and not only Travis, but like his whole family. So like you have to realize, like, Jason was already like very popular.
Well, look at their podcast.
And their podcast just got $100 million deal.
Wow.
His wife Kylie, who I just love, I think she's like I would love to have her sitting right here because she's so cool. And like I love her mom style, and I just love her.
She's laid back.
But I mean, she didn't really like welcome the attention. But like now she's like kind of embracing it a little bit, because they are forced. I mean, they are in the limelight. But she's had like these funny commercials. Like, have you seen the new one with like them for like NFL, like the YouTube TV, where they've got like they've got their eye masks on, and they go 1, 2, 3 dip, and they're like dipping the chips. Her and Jason, because now he can actually like watch the games because he's never gotten to do that before. Love it. And then, did you know they're making a Hallmark movie?
They are?
Oh, so I'm a huge nerd. Oh, it's called like Love and I don't know. I'll have to next time I'll show it. Love and Casey. So Mom and
My
Kelsey.
favorite thing to do is sit on my couch and watch
Oh
Hallmark
my God, we have to
movies.
get together this year. I have like the dishes away. I said like this is my Hallmark shirt. I have the pajamas. Like I have
With
the
their
wine
barefoot-
glass.
with their
I
barefoot
have the
dreams
wine
robe.
glasses. Like it's a whole thing in our house.
Oh, I wear my robe, my slippers. I'm
Abigail like makes fun of it. She's like, oh, Mom and Dad, like really, you've seen that movie 12 times.
They all wear. Did we talk about this last season? They all have like in Christmas time. They all wear either red or green sweaters.
Yes, the coats. Yes.
Oh,
so
I love
so
a
it's
good
a
Hallmark.
Hallmark movie. And do you remember when they did that like little promo commercial like around the Super Bowl last year? It was like the Hallmark, like he goes into like the shop or the cafe and Mama Kelsey's working. Well, anyways, so it's like a takeoff of that. And like they filmed at the Chiefs stadium, and some of the players I think are in it. And I think Andy Reid is in it.
I'm so excited for
It's
this.
gonna be like the best thing ever. We might have to have a premiere.
Okay, please text me. Please
Yes.
text me because
So
we
that
need to
I mean
arrange
that's
that.
kind of cool.
Do you know that I'm going to the Niner Chiefs game?
And you didn't invite me?
No, I only have 4 tickets.
So who are the other two?
Well, the reason I'm going is because Bay is like, I really want to go to the Chiefs game. Although Tay Swift has a tour day that day, so she won't be there because it's at the Niner Stadium. But she's like, Mom, I have to go to the Niners Chiefs game, which is great that my kid, my girl, is now into football. Like she really does. You know, we do Friday Night Lights, obviously, as we talked about. She wants to go to the football games, not only for her school and that sort of thing, but she really, truly wants to watch football now with Keith. So it's just the two of us, and we're taking the 2 kids.
That's so fun.
I'm so
That'll be so fun. But you know, like I was gonna say, that's like having 2 daughters and like kind of going through this last football season. Like my husband's always been a Rams fan because he had a friend growing up that had muscular dystrophy, and that was like their best friend, him and his sister, and so they always were Rams fans, and like, you know, it through and through. And my family was like a 49er fan, but we weren't like a huge football family, so I could kind of take it or leave it. So then this season we had, you know, the Rams, and then the girls and I kind of became Chiefs fans, although Abigail was like, no, I'm a 49er fan, which she was like a secret one, but now we make fun for her. I'm like, do you want me to get you a jersey? She's like, no, Mom. But anyways, so we learned, and we would sit there with Mark and we'd watch the games, and it's kind of cool that now that they're in high school, because now they're like, oh, look, they got first down. And like they know what it means.
I have no idea.
So excited.
I mean, I kind of know a little bit, but it's hard for me to follow sometimes because there's so many rules to football. Yeah. And so many like, that's a flag. And I'm like, why? Why is it a flag?
We were at the game. It was so funny because like Abby was like telling like somebody like, oh, well, that's what that means. I'm like, oh, see, like Mark, like she's like explaining it.
I love it. I love it.
And you know what's also really cool is I think it's made girls like flag football really popular. Do you know that there's flag football teams at all of these schools?
It's like,
it's a thing, and I think that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Abby was actually kind of bummed because she wanted to, like, she was doing volleyball at Newton.
It's the same season, right? Yeah.
And she was kind of like, well, if I don't make it, like, I kind of want to do flag.
Yeah.
Well, it's really cool.
There's a lot of
so
girls.
now, like, the girls even have like their own teams.
Yes, I think it's amazing.
Watch out, boys.
Girl power.
Girl power.
Girl power. Cool. Well, I'm excited to watch football.
Well, me too.
Well, I'm excited for the snacks.
Well, I like that. I actually went and I bought like a thing at Home Goods. They have all this cute stuff. I bought an actual, like, looks like a field tablecloth.
Oh, cute.
So cute.
I did that for Super Bowl. Oh, you showed me it actually, the runner.
Yeah,
the
now they
table
have one
runner.
that's not paper. They have also like a cloth.
Oh, I'll have to go to Home
Yeah,
Goods.
it's so cute. They have a whole like section.
I love Home Goods. I can just spend hours.
Because I always have Super Bowl parties, and yeah, like even if it's whatever team.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, same snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
But yeah, so and I'm excited. And then the last thing to talk about is like, what do you think about those VMAs? Like Taylor like cleaned up last night.
I didn't even watch. I'm sorry.
That's okay. She cleaned up, but the best part was she gave like a little shout out to Travis on there.
Did she? Wait, did they play it on replay?
Yeah, there's a lot of clips.
Okay, I'll have
I think
to
she
watch
was nominated for 12 and she won like 8 or
Wow.
something. So she's now the
Good for her.
most, decorated woman of the VMAs, but it was really
Wait, what did she say?
she said something like it was with Post Malone because it was for their best. They won like best collab.
Yeah.
And then they actually won the best video. And she said something like, I wish I could quote her, but it was after every take in the background, I would hear somebody going, this clap going, yeah, all right. And she goes, and that was my boyfriend, Travis. And he, everything he touches turns to like fun, kindness, and something else.
Oh, that's
and
sweet.
It was really sweet, and the whole like audience was like going wild.
Cute.
Because if he didn't have a game, which I think is tonight,
Yeah.
if he has a Thursday night game,
Yeah.
he would have been there. But he has to do his job too.
Totally.
But it's just fun to
I
kind of
love it.
watch it.
I love it.
I know.
I want them to get married like
Me
soon.
too. And like watching him at like the U.S. Open this last week, they were like all over New York.
Oh, that cute little with her in that little red dress.
Yeah,
And him in his Gucci hat.
Oh my god! And on his podcast with Jason yesterday, he was calling it like he had the Mr. Magoo hat. Like
It did look like Mr. Magoo. It
And then
did.
Jason like made his like debut on is he on ESPN or the Monday night? Like he's on the announcer, and he forgot his shirt.
What?
So how like they would joke last year where like
I didn't watch. I haven't watched the last one.
they are like how Jason doesn't bring jeans. Like, Kylie forgot to pack my jeans. And then Travis is like, Jason, you need to bring jeans for Jason.
Yeah.
He left his bag like in the car, so he had to like go to the mall and buy a shirt. So they were like all making fun of him.
Oh my god! I
And
have
it
to watch
like didn't fit. And he said the word tits. He's always fits my stomach, but my tits are too big. And everyone's like, oh my god, this isn't his like ESPN like debut.
Oh my god!
And so he's like, Taylor and I were done. I'm like, who says that? He's all, I think it's an okay word. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh! I gotta watch it. I gotta watch
He's a
it.
great commentator.
I have to tune in.
You gotta tune in. Tune in. Pretty good. Pretty good. So anyways, that's it. Our Tay Trap trash of the week.
That's our trash of the week. That's a good one. Well, that's it for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed, and we will
See you next week with some more Sneak It Till You Make It.
snake it till you make it. Bye, guys.
Bye.